to hospitals except on coercion or sanitary condition. When we are war lawyers, we'll not be able to go to court to practice. That's why when you see these things happening, whether you are a lawyer, whether you are working a profession, you got to step down and protect your country so that that country will provide an avenue for you to be the kind of person that you want to be. And that's where we are now. What happened on yesterday was wrong. It's still wrong. And no matter what it is wrong. We are seeing things happening in this country, and people are now seeing it as being right because the Asa is there. And these are things that we got to be stand up to. Be a patriot. You have to stand first on the side of the law, because the politicians will go away. The regime will pass away, but your country will stay. The law will stay. Your patriotism vow will continue to stay on. And these are things that we got to stand up for. It doesn't matter how people feel, what kind of side you want to be on. We just got to speak to the truth, and that is very much important.
I see in the next few months a noisy country, a very noisy country, rowdy country, a heavily divided country, a very tough economy, a sense of elitism by those who are coming at the hem of authority. The coming in of the Unity Party is going to multiply the economic woes, the economic conundrum, the economic quagmire, the suffering of the Liberian people is going to multiply. We are not prophets of doom, but the reality will come.
Mr. President, recently we witnessed the demolition of the CDC headquarters in Commonwealth Town, which was carried out through a court order. How does your administration ensure that such enforcement action is done fairly and without political interference?
The law is the law. It's not the government. It's the government implementation of the law. The police were ordered to do it, and they did it. If that demolition is removal of the people from premises that don't belong to them according to the law.
What will George Weah, who is tempted by or Joseph Boakai, who was drowning useless, when will such a man conduct make you Weah vex that you will struck the whack and then lose God's own mission to take you to the promised land? That was the test of time today for George Weah. If George Weah had reacted, he was falling in the place of Moses.
The Liberian National Police commenced the Congress for Democratic Change for the discipline, calm, and statesmanship demonstrated during the recent eviction process. Their respect for the rule of law, despite the deep sentimental value and history attached to the property, reflects a maturity that strengthens Liberia's democracy. This movement is not only a testament to CDC's leadership, but also a reminder to all political institutions and citizens that our democracy grows stronger when lawful decisions are honored peacefully.
Today, you have a rebel police director who thinks that he has arrived. And the worst thing about all these people, they all benefited from the magnanimity of George Weah, ranging from people back with evil. It's up to them. For sure, this is how we had always been molded. That's how God has already molded Weah and catapult him into success. He will suffer rejection, denigration, humiliation. That will be his life. How can you make somebody who has been down the line George Weah would never ever buy in to your tricks. He would never ever.
There's nothing this president cannot do to make sure that George Weah is out of the way so he can, the United Party can continue to maintain the presidency. But I can tell you, there's nothing this president cannot do to make sure that George Weah is out of the way so he can, the United Party can continue to maintain the presidency. There's nothing this president cannot do to make sure that George Weah is out of the way so he can, the United Party can continue to maintain the presidency. The United Party can continue to maintain the presidency. There's nothing this president There's nothing this president cannot do to make sure that George Weah is out of the way so he can, the United Party can continue to maintain the presidency. But I can tell you, this is a bad example.
George Weah would never ever buy in to your tricks. He would never ever.
There's nothing this president cannot do to make sure that George Weah is out of the way so he can, the United Party can continue to maintain the presidency. But I can tell you, this is a bad example.
George Weah would never ever buy in to your tricks. He would never ever.
Who took the drugs at the airport? How many days did that drug spend at the airport? Who received the drugs? What were the consignments? Because there are allegations that we have over 19 million. They are just discussing 19 million, but as per our information, they have gone 50 million, and even more than that. How did that drugs enter Liberia? Are you telling me now that Liberia is producing cocaine? How did it enter this country? Who are hosting it when it entered this country? And who are transporting it on Liberia? We need to understand all these things. Now that the speaker, who is a regime speaker, now is trying to protect the executive from, those people who have come to talk to us and taking us into executive. We are not going to executive. Anything that is being explained into executive, this has to do with the damage of this country, of our generation. Our generation has been damaged. The former LDA board who was dismissed by Mr. Bwaka because he said that the trust issue in this country is being managed and controlled by senior government officials. He was dismissed by Mr. Bwaka.
Before we could become journalists today, we are citizens. If there is no way that our country is safe, we cannot practice in our respective professions. When we are at war, pastors will not be respected to go to church to preach. When we are at war, medical doctors will not be able to go to hospital except on coercion or sanitary condition. When we are at war, lawyers will not be able to go to court to practice. That's why when you see these things happening, whether you are a lawyer, whether you are working on a profession, you got to step down and protect your country so that that country will provide an avenue for you to be the kind of person that you want to be. And that's where we are now. What happened on yesterday was wrong. It's still wrong. And no matter what it is wrong. We are seeing things happen in this country, and people are now seeing it as being right because the Asa is there. And these are things that we got to be stand up. To be a patriot, you have to stand first on the side of the law, because the politicians will go away. The regime will pass away, but your country will stay. The law will stay. Your patriotism vow will continue to stay on. And these are things that we got to stand up for. It doesn't matter how people feel, what kind of side you want to be on. We just got to speak to the truth, and that is very much important.
As the African development and advancing Africa's agenda globally. It is also a recognition of his critical role in the infrastructural and socio-economic development of his country, as well as his people-friendly policies. He has continued to advocate for peace and free and fair elections in the ECOWAS sub-region, and this was demonstrated by a show of statesmanship and iconic posturing by accepting electoral loss and congratulating the winner. While he arguably had options as a sitting president, he chose the path of honor, peace, and the defense of democracy. His emergence reaffirms our position that he has remained one of the continent's leading light, as he had continued to demonstrate great faith in the African project, promoting African dignity and helping to change the negative narratives about the continent.
Good afternoon, people. Thank you so very kindly that you join us. Real Talk Kings 88.5, broadcasting from Painesville City, ABC community on this 24th day of June 2000 can be together again. I'm Sam Andrews. As always, Sam Andrews. Grateful we are to God Almighty, the creator and sustainer of the universe, the God who keeps watch over each and every, but faithful, never reneging on his promises, but fulfilled every word that he uttered in the fullness of time for our benefit. And thank you all for coming on too. As usual, you are so great, so massive, so extraordinary. Thank you for the sacrifice you make from day to day, Monday to Friday. Janelle Quingba, Darlington Swain, Red Light, Mansale Ibrahim, B Mountain, Kenja, Grand Kipman County, Archie McDermott Jr., Corwell, Rock Culture, J. Henry Now, Fender Community, Carl Field, Aweli T City, Emmanuel Bro, Minnesota, USA, Rita Christine Hayes. Thank you, Rita. Yeah, me by me did it. Hey, is there anybody? Two into one, the weather and the issues. Thank you very much, Rita. Auguste T. Musa, Paris Lobot, New Jersey, USA, Christopher Sharp, Fender Community, Yasser Sharif, USA, Parachuter KG, Batnusville Chicken Soup Factory, Nelson Dan, Batnusville Estate, Musa A. Sharif, New Georgia, Gardnersville, Jack Foley Tumbika, Broville, Bible College Junction, Jeremiah Labla, Gaza Community, So Clinic, Saturday Woodawa, Atlanta, Georgia, USA, Cobway Widow, Magibi County, Venetians Bad Jr., New Cretan, Claude Paul, Stephen Yakadi, my dear sister Orita Sunday Choir, J. Becker Davids, SKD Sports Complex, Jomun Colley, your residence, Jukonti Chie, your business center, Johnson Street, Agnes MC. Yes, doing good as always. Agnes, we are doing good. We are doing good. We're in our corner. We're doing good in our corner. Thank you for the concern. Mulba Beza, Philadelphia, USA, Tobasi, Boston, Gila, United States of America, Pennsylvania, Springfield. All right. The chairman himself, Roman Rico, Kenneth Ball, Latu Pan, one and only chairman for life, District 18, Block 18, Intellectual Center, Nevet Pivot. Welcome, my dear brother. All right. All of you great people. Sorry, we can't get all the names running down. Then we wouldn't move from here. We do it till the end of the show because you run down in your hundreds, approaching thousand. Thank you so very much. Hey, my dear brother Stephen Coker, good to see you, Gion brother. That's great. Hope everything is okay. Yeah, everything is okay. Good to see you. I'm excited. Always motivated by your presence. Yes. So we're talking next week, Wednesday. Stigo. Yeah, your sister coming on. She's blasting. She's getting fully involved. And that is exactly what we require. Yeah, they are complementing and they ought to complement our effort. So let's start out of Liberia briefly. What is unfolding? Police in Ghana say they have arrested 186 people in a major operation against organized crime. The suspects include 36 Ghanaians, 96 Nigerians, and 4 Togolese nationals. Police say the raids targeted suspected networks involved in human trafficking, sexual exploitation, drug trafficking, illegal firearms, and other related crimes. Several suspected victims were rescued, including minors who have been placed under protective care. The foreign suspects are being processed by Ghana's immigration authorities, and some may be repatriated. Police say investigations are ongoing to find other members of the suspected criminal networks. Libya has banned people from Sudan, Eritrea, Ethiopia, and Somalia from entering the country through land, sea, or airports. The Libyan government says diplomats and some health and education workers are exempt. Libya is a major departure point for migrants trying to reach Europe by boat across the Mediterranean. Many travel through Libya with the help of smugglers, often in unsafe boats. The move comes as tensions rise inside Libya over migration and refugee resettlement. Rights groups say thousands of migrants and refugees have been arrested in recent clampdowns. The United Nations said more than 900,000 migrants and refugees are currently in Libya, with Sudanese nationals forming the largest group. Officials are working to facilitate the return of thousands of Malawians stranded in South Africa's KwaZulu-Natal province. Authorities say more undocumented migrants continue to arrive at the makeshift sites as concerns grow over the unofficial June 30th deadline for all undocumented migrants to leave. And we end the foreign development on a sporting note. Portugal captain Cristiano Ronaldo says it would be awesome to face Lionel Messi again if Portugal and Argentina meet at the 2026 World Cup. Ronaldo spoke after Portugal beat Uzbekistan 5-0. He scored twice in the match and became the first man to score in 6 different World Cups. He said the most important thing was that Portugal won and moved closer to the knockout stage. Ronaldo also said he used to criticism, especially when Portugal does not win. Messi and Ronaldo have been compared for many years, but they have never played against each other in a FIFA World Cup match. So on that sporting note, we say happy birthday. Today, the supernatural, divine phenomena, the gift to the world, the man whom, when he leaves the game, it will take decades, centuries to see another. No other but the legend, the world's greatest, Lionel Messi. He celebrates his birthday today at age 39. So he's in an exciting move. The team camp was motivated from the very moment he arrived into June 24th. The Argentine team, the camp, is still mesmerizing. Lionel Messi ahead of Sunday's match against Portugal. Not Portugal, sorry, against Jordan. The birthday extends, and Jordan is the next victim of Lionel Messi. He celebrates his birthday today. Yeah, please join me to celebrate, wish the world's greatest, a divine phenomenon, supernatural phenomenon. Leo, the world's greatest. Okay, so let's get to what we have on our plate. The anniversary of the Congress for Democratic Change is underway. It climaxes or comes to an end on Saturday, the 27th of June. Prior to the occasion kicking off, the political debate as usual, and faintly for Unity Party people, that CDC is going into Grand Juda County. Throughout the 6 years, the road they didn't pave, didn't do anything in Grand Juda County is the road that they are not comfortable. They are proud to ride on it, to drive on it, and a lot more. And supporters of the Congress for Democratic Change, officials of CDC, debunk that the government lie, the government would not tell the truth to the people, is because most of the people are just programmed to accepting just what comes from the government and wouldn't want to go beyond. The event is on, and the roads that they talk about that they've paved is not true. The roads are bad off, very, very bad off. Cars are stuck. They are there for hours, if not a whole day or days. One of those persons, former Public Works Minister Ruth Coker Collins, had her say on the appalling condition of the road from Unity Party, quote-unquote propaganda, that they have done well. The George Weah government didn't do well with the roads. Have a listen and a watch.
Section from Secretary to we signed that contract, it was ready to get started with that. I'm surprised that this is not actually working, but now we signed that contract before that. And then, in addition to that, the last section, which is a pipeline we talk from Total to Israeli and also to the border, we also reached the financial and sharing for that. So I want the pro-consumers to understand that we did all we could do to make sure the road is viable for the people of Grand Juda County. Thank you.
Right. Former Public Works Minister Ruth Coker Collins, they're explaining the layout, the program they had in place, the structure, how the source, the funding for those roads. In a nutshell, that the CDC government with George Weah as president did significant impact in Grand Juda County, that Unity Party people should not give the people wrong impression that the government of George Weah didn't have any impact in Grand Juda County. Have a watch and a listen to this one again. Grand Juda County, the road they claim that they've paved, they've made it just like heaven's road.
road. Hey, what? Because I didn't. I said, Asibo. I said, Karen, I easier. Yeah, who's left here on last day. Asibo using a truck. And the truck coming use down to hold it. Yeah, ain't seen it. Developmental Asibo. Eh? No. We got all the cars stopped. Yeah, Bell Village. All the cars stuck in the mud. Right to Bell Village. Banjira Road. So the quota on Banjira Road, all the cars that is on the quota. How that he dropped one day. You hear that? What you want to say? Yeah, it's not what I'm going to do. When they want to eat, I'm talking, they want to make it people. Yeah, yeah. If I've been working, I see all the truck now. I'm going to that road. To Slavia last night. Yeah, developmental people. You can call it developmental and you know.
I mean, he got Babo. Let me get Babo. He said, he called it developmental. He say all the cars stuck in the quota. All the cars stuck in the quota.
Developmental Asibo. The road. Yeah, yeah, that. We enter Granchi, that's not smooth to you. Yeah, we're talking all the way. Because shy entertaining. I said, developmental Asibo. I say, Karen, I easier. Yeah, who's left here on last day. Developmental Asibo using a truck. And the truck coming use down to hold it. Yeah, ain't seen it. Developmental Asibo. Eh? No, Banjira Road is discouraging now. We got all the cars stopped. Village. Yeah, Bell Village. All the cars stuck in the mud. Right to Bell Village. Banjira Road. So the quota on Banjira Road, all the cars that is on the quota. How that he dropped one day. You hear that? Yeah, what you want to say? Yeah, it's not quota from your grandchildren. When they want to eat, I'm talking, they want to make it people. Yeah, yeah. If I've been working, I see all the truck now. I'm going to that road. We slept here last night. Yeah, developmental Asibo. You can call it developmental Anyinbu.
I mean, what do you come and say, I call it developmental, you know. There you go. They begin the Baba. All right. So that's it then. The celebration is ongoing. The momentum is building up. Unlike the first day, that the expectation was high. They expected the multitude to have turned out. That didn't happen because the people were putting their bits and pieces together. And now the momentum is building up. The crowd is swelling. And between now and Friday or Thursday, it's going to be a C. If you know what a C is, a C. There is the multitude going to be unprecedented. So those who doubted, those who felt that it wasn't going to be, and the Unity Party people had a lot to say, and some seditionists were jittering, so much so that they gave a news conference, say Jeremiah Cohn, the vice president, was undermining them alongside the man who hasn't done anything for Grangeda County, but has just fed on government after government, Zoe Pennon. And we said that that was not right. It takes time. People had to pull their acts together before they gathered. They knew that from time to time that CDC anniversary was ingrained there. And so they had to prepare. It doesn't say because you have the first day, so the multitude. So you see now that the people are pouring in. They are pouring in. Yes. So between now and Thursday, Friday, you're going to see, it's going to be very, very, very jam-packed. And on Saturday itself, with all those personalities going. The government received illegal bloody nose. They are hurt, badly hurt, legally and politically. They are still nursing the political and legal wound, but they have not given up. They don't want to concede defeat. They are trying everything they can, using every means available to them to get Samuel Tuer, former Finance and Development Planning Minister, in jail. I've told you people, we gave you the reason why the government wants a top official of CDC in jail. If you ask Unity Party people, they will tell you the same. The signs are clear. The atmosphere is convincing. President Bouaka has failed in every aspect of corruption. They lambasted the CDC government when they were in opposition of not clamping down on corruption. President Bouaka comes to power and said there'll be no business as usual. Ironically, business as usual has turned, it is the normal. And if we add the usual there, normal as usual. It's even bad off honor President Joseph Yeman Bouaka, so much so that most of his people know that and they see it and they are convinced that he does not have. He has the political power, but he doesn't have the audacity to do anything within. So there's widespread corruption going on. If anybody thinks that President Bouaka will fight corruption or fighting corruption to the end, he's going to serve as deterrent measure or he's setting deterrent measure, no. The guys are getting rich honor Joseph Yeman Bouaka, president. They know that he is an ideal weakling. They see Unity Party officials see President Bouaka as an ideal weakling. So they are messing up with the vultures. They are manipulating. They are carrying on all of their stuff. You see it all over the place. He wants to get a top CDC official in jail to boost his argument, or that Unity Party will boost their argument of a justified fight against corruption in Liberia under the Unity Party-led government of President Joseph Yeman Bouaka. The court exonerated Samuel Tuer with no reservation at all. The government took exception to that. They manipulated few individuals, coerced them, that came out and said they were tampered with. Less than no time, the judge said investigation should occur. There should be investigation into the matter. The first day, they put out all of the lawyers except the judge and the jurors who decided the matter. Again, nothing can come of it. They are still trying. They are doing everything they can to get Samuel Tuer in jail so that they will have something convincing for their supporters. They know that we are close to 2029. We aren't far. Technically, there isn't time for Unity Party government. They don't have much time. Literally, you may think that, oh, that 4 years ahead of us, or that 5 years. You may see it that way from your literal sense. But if you know political reading, all of the factors that are associated with electioneering time, you know that we are close, then you think we are far. And Unity Party knows that very well. So they are trying the best they can to give the people something convincing. They think that they can make a justified case on corruption to say the government of President Bouakai has been fighting corruption. The government of President Bouakai has done this. We have the CDC government, former Finance and Development Planning Minister Samuel Tuel in jail. We have all along accused the government, and the records are there, of pillaging the resources of the country. And Fina Bono is on trial, and this other person is this other person is that. That's what they try to do. Against that, Samuel Tuel, against his conviction, his acquittal by the grand jury, coupled with what they are doing, has written the international community, drawing its attention to the diabolical scheme of Unity Party to overturn or reverse or undo the verdict and put Samuel Tuel back on trial and found him guilty by their judge and their jury and everybody, and sent Samuel Tuel to jail. That's the plan of Unity Party. So Samuel Tuel has written a formal, or has notified, that's the appropriate word, has notified the international community of the conspiracy, the vindictive act by the Unity Party government to get him in jail at all costs, calling on the international community to pay attention to what is unfolding in Liberia, that it is a systemic systemic political witch hunt by President Joseph Yema Bouakai government. In his letter, he cited several things in his letter to the international community. Persistent pattern of political witch hunt, targeting key opposition members under the guise of anti-corruption efforts. The case brought against him was politically motivated, designed to weaken the opposition Congress for Democratic Change ahead of the 2029 presidential elections. The government is a clear witch hunt grab under, in his words, the rubric of fighting corruption, and without any iota of evidence, indicted him July 2024. He argued that the Unity Party government is weaponizing its ability to indict political opponents to achieve their political ends, and on and on and on. He went in his letter. He couldn't have treaded such a realistic path, a wisdom-driven decision to the international community. That is before them. And I don't think the international community will pull his communication and place it in the trash can. Back home, we know exactly it is a political witch hunt. 99% of the people in this country, including supporters of Unity Party, know that it is a political witch hunt. And I maintain that it is a scheme to justify the anti-corruption fight. What would they tell the people going into 2029? already they have nothing to say because President Walker has initiated nothing. The government has initiated nothing of its own. The government is just feeding on what it inherited from other people. That tells you that the government lacks innovation and creativity and vision. So their supporters are not convincing the public. They're not pointing to anything that President Walker has done. Yesterday, the CDC supporters were pointing to structures. And today, they are still pointing to structures that President Weah did not inherit from Ellen Johnson Sirleaf, but initiated by his vision or from his vision. Those he inherited from former President Ellen Johnson Sirleaf, he acknowledged that he inherited and he was completing. It goes side by side. That which you inherit and that which you bring to the table, your own innovation, your own thinking, called vision. Unity Party does not have it. President Walker has not initiated anything of his own. So they don't have any message because when you are messaging, you message your own. You are marketing yourself. You don't market yourself on what another person has initiated. You market yourself. You sell yourself to the public or the electorate on what you have done. It is based on that they will be convinced that they should give you another term. You cannot be telling the people we inherited this, we improve on that. They will know that you are not a visionary person. You only rely on other people's idea. That's political plagiarism. So your message won't sell. It will be hard to convince the electorate. So President Walker has nothing. Moreover, on the anti-corruption side, they cannot convince anybody. They cannot convince. President Walker cannot tell anybody. His supporters cannot tell anybody that they have done this, they're doing that. No. Look at the 19.2 million drugs. A man whom the investigation found to have kept the drugs in his house. The very president who says no business as usual. The very president who said that there will be no secret cow. The very president who said whether lower names or middle names or higher names. It is the very president that said, go sit down, get a bottle of wine, get a plate of shawarma, enjoy yourself, Mr. King, go and enjoy yourself. When such a person should be handcuffed, house search, the president is treating that with no seriousness whatsoever. Here is the president who says no business as usual. So it will be hard for them. The former finance minister was right to have said, to have notified the international community. With those two, the Grand Jita Road in deplorable condition, as well as other roads into the southeast that the Unity Party government lied that they had paved. And do you know that most of the government projects have stalled? It's because funding is not fully coming. They're struggling. They're giving out most of the minerals or the natural resources of our country. When you hear that this government has given Liberia this, Liberia and this government signed this, signed that, don't think that the people just taking free money. They have money somewhere sitting in a room and they like Liberia so much they're giving. No, there is nothing free on the earth. There is development reciprocity. There is monetary reciprocity. When you hear that 3.5 million is given to Liberia or 6.8 million is given to Liberia for the pavement of Mount Kilimanjaro to Singapore, don't think that the free money they have given. Liberia is not giving money in return. Liberia is giving natural mineral resources in return. That is why you see the guys here are depleting Liberia's natural resources. And if we're not careful, one day this country will experience a devastating earthquake. Those institutions that you're hearing, giving money to Liberia, countries you hear giving money to Liberia, they're not free money. Some of it, that's free. Most of it not free. Like grant, that free money. They get you free. You won't pay anything. No interest on it. There are monies that they gave you, countries, institutions gave you. You have to give something in return, like loan. You have to add something on it. If you can give a monetary stuff back, you have natural resources. All of those things are in the agreement, but you wouldn't see the agreement. They only feed you with the publicity. And as supporters of the government now, you are excited and motivated, and you think that the government is well loved by those institutions or countries. No, they are getting something in return. No government around the world, all the countries, whatever they give, America will not give you something and then they don't have anything in return. The very America is profiting from Liberia. Every country that is of help to Liberia, there is the reciprocal aspect. They get something in return. The United States will tell you that they have invested so much. The EU will tell you they have invested so much. The British government will tell you they have invested so much. Everybody will tell you what they have done in Liberia, but they will not tell you whether they're getting something in return or not. That they hold it confidential. But if you know how all those arrangements work from a domestic and international standpoint, you know that indeed, enough for nothing. There's some money they give you, like grant, that's free money. The other one, they're not free money. They're not free money, just know it. They're not free. You're giving something in return. There's development reciprocity, monetary reciprocity. Everything has reciprocal effect. You have to give in return. There is nothing rendered on earth free. Nothing. Even if somebody say hello, what do? There is reciprocity to that hello. You reply hello. So let's get to the political deception, political sycophancy. We told you our argument is justified. Indicators or signs. You take those signs or indicators, you put them together like a puzzle, and then you analyze them. At the close of the day, it will lead you into a rational path. From the very moment that happened, when CDC took that decision about Faladem, Fala knew that he was guilty. But the atmosphere clouded his reasoning instead of sitting down and think carefully and say, this has happened. I need an institution. I've been with CDC for a rack of ages. I am grounded in CDC than any place. Moreover, if I just accept the decision, given that I have money, I have the power, I'm staying in the House of Representatives, what will happen if things start going upside down for me? People think that way. That's why you see some of the guys that CDC took action against, they opted not to. They remain, and I can tell you at the close of the day, many, the party will reach a decision to get those people back. People's suspension can be lifted, their expulsion can be reversed at any time. People can just sit and wait. Many people have done that normal thing all over the world. And the reason for that, because you need a base. No matter what. Your base is your base. Your home is your home. There is no better place of reliance, of security, or satisfaction than your home. You never trust another person's home as your home. So he didn't think in that direction. The cloud fooled him. He took advantage of it. He felt that you're big guy now. CDC took action, and I don't need CDC, and the House of Representatives misunderstanding came, pop. He jumped inside. He was suffering. If you look at his position, he was between he was indecisive. He wanted to stay in the opposition, try the best he can, reconcile with his party, stay on, get his party support, or go to the ruling establishment with the majority bloc. So look how long it took Fada to go to the majority bloc. He didn't want to. What led him to move? At the last moment, the guy threatened him. The guy said that if he didn't go, they would take him off that position. Even though they could not do it. They were only playing on him. They used the mind game. They could not. If Fada had remained as a deputy speaker and a member of the opposition, those guys would never, in no given way, have taken Fada's position and give it to another person. And they knew that. So they said, look, to get this man, let's just threaten him some ways. Say, if you don't come, we give you from now until tomorrow. If you don't make a decision to join the majority bloc, we declare your position vacant. He got afraid. And so he moved. What reason did he give, which was very faint, very weak? He said he had gone in to bring a settlement to reconcile both the minority and the majority bloc when there was nothing there to reconcile. He used that to move in. Politics, ethnic politics, saying that President Boakai is from Lofa County, President Boakai is Kisi, and he from Lofa County, and he supports the president agenda, and therefore he's with the president. That wasn't true. Again, he used that as a means to get Unity Party protection because he is a possible candidate for the Asset Recovery and Property Retrieval Task Force. He is a possible candidate for the Liberia Anti-Corruption Commission and other institutions that are going after CDC people. So to shield himself from that, he comes with ethnic politics. That Boakai is from Lofa County, he's from Lofa County, Boakai is Kisi, he's Kisi, so he's supporting the president's agenda because the president is doing well. When in reality, Mr. President isn't doing well. But we understand. The goal is, the idea is, let me protect my properties. Let the government save me persecution. So everywhere he went, instead of being very honest by speaking in a way not condemning and demeaning of the house he came from, he will speak loosely and think that Unity Party people are people who are not thinking normally, who don't understand political deception. He will focus his message, he will focus all of his messages on CDC, the opposition, as if he was not in CDC, he was not an opposition person. He did not come from CDC. He goes to the United States, he uses they. Everywhere he goes, they were in opposition. I mean, they had 6 years. They had 6 years, as if he was never a part. You see how when I tell you Liberia don't have politicians, they just have gullibles, subservients, people who feed on other people and don't know how to make their position clear. You were in opposition. You were part of CDC. You were a new member, a stalwart of the party. Because the party conceded defeat, and you want to protect your property, you want to save yourself persecution, You go and say you support the government because the government doing well. President Bouaka is from Lofa County, you're from Lofa County. You're listening to the man in America. What did we tell you people? The second thing is, the second political reading we saw in our country, that's why we said Thomas Fala. Thomas Fala is a virus. If Bouaka ain't careful, Thomas Fala will unseat Bouaka. I mean, yes. Because, listen, when I say unseat, you come into year A. You come into year a stalwart. And I will tell you, I've told you people before of certain names that are protective of President Bouaka, and President Bouaka is protective of those people. They are President Bouaka children. They are the Daha Unity Party people. Ellen Johnson Sirleaf kept those people around her. President Bouaka maintained them. That in the on. Nowhere in the country since 1847, since Liberia started politics, that a person left a party and constructed a political headquarters and said that he supports the ruling establishment. No one. People have always left their party and then they join. There were people who left Charles Taylor from the House of Representatives, who left rather their parties from the Senate, the House of Representatives. They joined the National Patriotic Party. At the time, Charles Taylor, who was serving 50 years jail term in Great Britain, was president of Liberia. Fast forward. Ellen Johnson Sirleaf comes to the presidency. There were people, senators and representatives that left their institutions and joined the Unity Party government of former President Ellen Johnson Sirleaf. Fast forward. George Weah comes to the presidency. There were senators and representatives that left their party and joined the Congress for Democratic Change. The records are there, available. Nobody, as far as I know politically, ever constructed a headquarters in the name of supporting the ruling establishment. And nobody can say because you have to show that structure, you have to show that building. Thomas Fala is the only person with such an unprecedented political posture in disguise that he's supporting Bouaka. And we told you people from that political reasoning that Fala is not really supportive of President Bouaka. Fala has a hidden agenda. Let me take you people back to the legislature, the election that brought former Speaker Fonati Kofa to the speakership. The game was, look, you want to be speaker, but here is the arrangement we have in place, and see reason. Let's allow Fonati Kofa to go as speaker, we throw our weight behind him, and you go as deputy speaker, we throw our weight behind you. At the close of Fonati Kofa's term, you would then become the next speaker because you will be the deputy speaker, the next in line to succeed him. Long discussion, just cutting it short. Thomas Fala got furious. He got vexed. Everything surrounding the ascendancy to the speakership of Fonati Kofa, Thomas Fala was not happy. Thomas Fala was vexed. May I say to you people, if you don't know, where it is our responsibility to study politicians, all of their characteristics and features. Thomas Fala has a strong ego for power. Thomas Fala wants to be a president of this country. But before then, he wants to be speaker. Thomas Fala got vexed. That whole election, you saw how he was looking up to the day of voting. Who was in the middle? This lady was in a race. Representative Memon Briggs Mensa. She too, she had the support of some of the lawmakers, the representatives. So she was confident of becoming a speaker, a deputy speaker. What happened? What didn't happen? She didn't become deputy speaker. She came out, called a news conference, blasted that the election of Fonati Kofa was dollarized because she did not have money, so she didn't become deputy speaker. But that was her own. Right there in the hall, everything changed. CDC changed everything in the hall. Thomas Fowler became the deputy speaker. Fast forward, things started happening. Thomas Fowler had never been comfortable. He had never or was never comfortable with Fonati Kofa as Speaker of the House of Representatives. Everything that you saw happening, bringing up on charges, using Samuel Koga and other people, the main man that was on it was Thomas Fowler. He just distanced himself. Some people, they can operate like that. They can operate from a distance. And you think they don't know about it, but they are aware. And even if you get to them, they will give you calm words. They will talk to you in a calm manner, use words that will really bring you down, and you will not notice anything whatsoever. So here we are now to conclude on this. Here we are. When we said the man had a plan, the man has a plan in place to become president. The man established a headquarters called, the short form is Nimbo. He used Bouakai name to play on Bouakai, to fool Bouakai, and Bouakai fell into it. Bouakai bought into it, say, for the support of the election of Bouakai. He goes to the launch and said that Lopa Kante is for Bouakai. Nobody will do that. Nobody will do that. As if he had ever done anything significant against Unity Party in opposition. He didn't. You look at Fowler record. He didn't. It was CDC, the guys that Jefferson some of Fowler has people who told you the rest of the guys. You ain't following this politics around in this country from time to time, year after year. Who told you? That man just making BMO. And because he thinks that way when he talks a lot, then he can win the support of Unity Party people. You cannot, in such a situation, always point at where you're coming from. The people will say, but the mayor, we got to be careful. The mayor, the place he coming from, the house he coming from, he's just talking all kind of things against our. It looks like he's just trying to fool us so we put our attention on him. And that's exactly what he's doing. Everywhere he goes, his message is against the opposition. Everywhere his message is against the opposition. And Unity Party people have been having second thought. The men are smart. People have been having second thought. Unity Party people, they know, we told you people, they know that President Bouakai might not contest 2029. They know that. It's and not anything new I'm saying. We've said this thing over and over. They know that President Bouakai might, please watch my words, might not contest 2029. They are close to him. We aren't close, but we are close by our intel. We are not close physically, but we are close by our intel. So there is one group within Unity Party that are protective of President Bouakai. They don't want President Bouakai to stay of 2029. That is the only hope. Moreover, this group here, one person amongst them, they feel comfortable with that person. And moreover, they don't want the vice president to take over. And the whole operation is, there is a link. The two guys, the VP and Hibmer, the deputy speaker, they're so close. Let's see. There are plenty of things when you see people together, politicians they're together, they're moving, they're laughing. Yeah. Don't just be carried away by that. Something deep than that. Yeah, Thomas Fowler in the States, he goes to rally the people in the States, pretending that he's doing it for Joseph Yema Boakai. But himself, he goes in the States. It's not time yet. It is not time yet. You want to ask yourself, why this man is just moving from place to place, rallying people, convincing people. The man is putting the number together. He's putting his people together. When the time comes, you hear the message will change. Listen to the man.
That they not gave the solution, the people changed them.
You hear it? He said they were just in power 2 years ago. You hear a political deception? You hear a political deception. They were just in power 2 years ago. So 2 years ago, where he was he with Unity Party? Was he with any political party other than Unity Party, or was he with Unity Party? No, he was with the people whom he referring to. They were just in power 2 years ago. Now, when you hear a statement like this, when you hear a person say, what it means, what the president telling you? Oh, look, come on. I'm trying to seek protection in this place. Protection of my businesses. Protection from persecution. Protection for everything. So let me lambast them. Let me give Boakai the impression that, yeah, these people, even to our with them, are done. No. I expected him to have said, we were in opposition, and for whatever reason, I left, and I'm now with Unity Party, or I am supporting the Unity Party, or I'm supporting President Boakai. At least it would sound reason. The listeners will say, okay, yeah. But to say they were as if you were not there, they were as if you are speaking to junks, as if you are speaking to mumus, as if you are speaking to empty heads, as if you are speaking
Is made by Mr. Boakai. So what are these people actions telling us? Their actions are telling us that they are aware, that the executive is aware. And if they continue to leave us
in a state of confusion, then we, the Liberian people, will continue to speculate and speak of what we understand based on our intelligence. But today, what the speaker did is the beginning of a trouble in the legislature.
Right. So we had to make adjustment. The internet tried to do something funny. So Fala goes to the United States. You hear him, he say they were just in power 2 years ago. But he was part of that regime. That is not politics. That is mental pettiness, inability to articulate what to convince your audience. The people know that you're being a sedition. The people know that you were expelled. The people know you from CDC. The people know that very well you from the Congress for Democratic Change. And the only reason why you are speaking like this because you want your properties around the country to be protected. That you want to save yourself from persecution. And that is why LACC, Arab, and the rest of the people are not mentioning your names. So what happened now? He's in hot water. If I were Thomas Fala, or I can be him, so let me not say if he asked me for my piece of advice, I would tell him, honestly tell Unity Party people that you are not with them. You are making a decision to go back to your party because you need a base. Unity Party people can never, ever trust you. You're listening to the local government minister, Francis Yamali. What did the man say? The man say, if you want to be care, be care. You want to be door, be door. You can be door and care. And he explained it. You say you're supporting Bouaka, but you don't want to join Unity Party. You won't put your name on any document of Unity Party. But you join, you put on Bouaka. How is that possible? How is that possible? It's not possible. You build a political headquarters for Bouaka, but you won't join Unity Party. But you say you're supporting Bouaka. You say Bouaka doing well. Huh? What sense does that make? That's why we tell you the man has a plan to develop, to run 2029. The man wants to be president of this country. You're taking it for a joke. So, your Unity Party people now, they say, oh, come on, we have to be very careful. We need a tear out. Otherwise, the mayor will dump us. Thomas Fala have not realized that Unity Party people have never taken on to him. I mean the noisemaker outside. I mean the hierarchy, people within. Do you know that Bouaka was advised expressly not to attend that launching ceremony of that headquarters? It was the president's own decision to save his party image so they can say, oh, you see there, the men are interested in there, there's a friction between them and all the kind of things. So he just played that role and say, let me go there and sit down. So they perform that ceremony and Bouaka honor him. I know Bouaka honor him or he honor Bouaka. But the guys in Unity Party, they spoke, they sat, the leadership of Unity Party sat with the president and told the president in his capacity as standard bearer of the party that they don't trust Thomas Fala. Thomas Fala from the Congress for Democratic Change. Thomas Fala cannot be supportive of you, and Thomas Fala is building a political headquarters that you don't need a political headquarters to go 2029. You already have a political headquarters. Mr. President, Mr. Stenberg, please read into this. They convinced Bouaka. It was President Bouaka wisdom that said, okay, gentlemen, if we don't go there, you know, the opposition on our back, they will say this, they will say that, it will be portrayed in a way that will be a minus to us. So let's just go. Let's just go to the occasion so it can look that way. That's the reason you saw Bouaka there. Unity Party people, the hierarchy, the top brow Unity Party, the people in trust Thomas Fala, they want Thomas Fala. When that thing happened, we told you on this very radio that it was discussed. The appearance of Yomale on the radio, it was something that was amongst them. And Yomale said, "Letting here, saying you want to talk it, I will go talk it. I'm going on the radio." And Yomale went on the radio and said it. If you want to be door. You can be doing, yeah. You supporting president. You say you supporting President Bouaka, but you want to join United Party. But you go be a headquarters. They're the other United Party men. Women pay. And just so you know, let me tell you people. Let me tell you why Thomas Fala needs to take a decision. I've told you the first one. United Party people not comfortable with Thomas Fala. They don't want Thomas Fala in their midst. All the United Party guys, I'm not talking about the people, the noise makers in the street, yo. I'm telling you of United Party diehard supporters. Diehard supporters. They don't want Thomas Fala. I know that for a fact. These guys, listen, these guys, we are in the opposition, but we are friends. They don't see us as enemies. They know that we are doing our work. Just as they respect the people who on the radio, they respect us too. And they know that democracy, we are not enemies. I told you of the United Party supporter, a diehard supporter of United Party, who is in this government holding one of the top positions, that criticized President Bouaka behind the scene. And he gave a reason why it was wrong to remove Fonati Kofa. He said Fonati Kofa sent him to school. He said the job that he has today, any what he can earn, that education was given to him by Fonati Kofa. So he couldn't criticize, come up publicly as the other guys were doing. And then secondly, he said the procedure by which United Party was moving to remove the man was wrong. The guys seen all the things that Thomas Fala doing. They will not come up publicly to say. But the network. So let me share some of the names with you. That diehard supporters of Unity Party, they are protective of President Bouaka, and President Bouaka protective of these people. Here are some of the names. I said some, few. Take Francis Yemalin from the Francis Yemalin Party, they are blood relation. So leave that. You have Mo Ali, Bouaka Jaliba, Wemon Pay, Augustin Pongafouan, Nito Lai, the boss for Liberia Maritime Authority, Nito Lai, and the others, the other guys, all around. The names are many. But these are the guys. Amos Tue, APRC Managing Director, Amos Tue. And the other names, I can give you pretty close to 25, 30 names. Henson Kazolu, the one Bouaka sent to the National Bureau of Concession, Henson Kazolu. And on we can go. These are guys, these are names when they say Unity Party, when they say the pillar of Unity Party, these are the individuals that constitute that pillar. What the other one? Robert Wessing, the Bouaka sent to GSA. Robert Wessing, that fat one. Moreover, this group is united. There is a covalent bond. If you know what covalent bond is in physics, heat can pass in between before I talk about breeze. These guys are together. They see President Bouaka as their political godfather, their political Moses, their political Paul, And they see themselves as Boaka Thomas, Boaka Epaphroditus, Boaka Savanus, Boaka Titus, and on and on. Highly committed. For them, Unity Party is not just Unity Party. That Unity Party is their personal property. That Unity Party is their life. So anybody coming in their midst, they are very skeptical. President Boaka might contest 2029, he might not. Now, if you look at that whole scenario, you can see that these guys, only one name they are concerned about President Boaka. And the question is, that runs through their mind, what if the president is unable to contest 2029? If he isn't contesting 2029, we have a formidable force against us in George Weah. He has 80 to 85% of the people. There is every likelihood that he will defeat us. The vice president is not a new name politically to come up against George Weah. Then the second part of that reading, the second part of that political reading of Boaka contesting, Boaka not contesting, George Weah is the new force against them. If Boaka isn't contesting, that he will win them. That if, for any reason, that the president is unable to contest 2029, no succession clause, no succession clause being activated, nothing whatsoever, the president knows what he can choose to turn to a given person. And that person, all of these guys see in Unity Party is Augustine Cohen Gaffwan. And Gaffwan himself wants to be president of Liberia. Who does not want to set such a history? So one of them comes out and unleash everything in Wilmot Pay. What did he say in that interview he gave to Spoon? He said he is a Gaffwan man. That's what Wilmot Pay said in that interview he granted Spoon. He said he is a Gaffwan man, meaning he is a disciple of Gaffwan. He believes in Gaffwan. And he stated the connection. He said he and Gaffwan went to school together. They've been together. They are good friends. They are good buddies. They are good political buddies. They've been together for 35 years. So in essence, you are saying, even a Jeremiah Kuhn, we cannot get Jeremiah Kuhn for any reason. We cannot allow him. We prefer Gaffwan. And once, for any reason whatsoever, Boaka is unable, but Boaka is still in the presidency, and Boaka choose Gaffwan to run. Listen, all the United Party people go beyond Gaffwan. Right now, Boaka sees Gaffwan just in case if he's unable to contest. And Gaffwan wants it. United Party is grooming Gaffwan. Let's listen to some of his stuff. What did he say? Where should I start? He granted an interview to Spoon. Let's talk about the deception, Thomas Fowler. He had a lot to say about Thomas Fowler. Let's listen one after another. Yes, the first one. He said, oh, but you were talking, going on around saying, oh, those people, they were in power 6 years ago. You know you were part of it. And you stole. You gather nasty onto yourself. Your colleagues are being prosecuted by our government. And you should be prosecuted. You should be in that number. That today you have the guts to stand up and say they were in power 6 years ago. They just left power 2 years ago. Wilmot Pay said by her expression, what moral ground do you have? You should be prosecuted too. These people think they are smart. They are the people we should actually be prosecuting because their hands were in a cookie jar. These were the people who were clear on ways and means and co-chair respectively. What was Thomas Fala's position in the past government? That a position there. He the one that Thomas Fala, Women Pay referred to, or Women Pay talking here in this interview, that you don't get no moral ground. You sat down there, you had key positions. Then today, you acting like you were never part of CDC. You condemning the people, you lambasting them, you saying all kinds of things against them. When you do, you pillage the resources of the country and you should be prosecuted. Thomas Fala needs to take a decision. Let's have a listen. These people think they are smart. They are the people we should actually be prosecuting because their hands were in a cookie jar. These were the people who were clear on ways and means and co-chair respectively, working with the very people that today are turned out to be their enemy. And that's why when I sit down and do the analysis, I can now understand why President Weah and his people can be so bitter with certain people. So now they want to come and sit on us. They sit on our shoulders, then you say we are smelly. And we Unity Party people, even though some of us don't hold any official title in the party, we are supposed to sit down and fold our hands? No, we're not. What next did he say in that interview he granted Spoon? This is a man you hardly, I don't know for how many years. You know, yeah, man, he's not the type. So probably if you hear this man on radio again, maybe it'll be 2 or 3 years from now. That is why when he's on radio, everybody listening. He's not the type. Yo, who say, oh, when Eugene said George Weah will not be talking all over the place, they're not talking can win your election. Women Pay say he's not the type to just be talking all over the place. The same thing Eugene Nangwe said. The man said it in that interview last night. He said, another type just going from radio station to radio station, the other people talking all over the place. He said, they're not talking can make a difference in your life. The man said it. And yo, yeah, I got that one. But let's go to the one he said, Thomas Fala is a liability on them. That Thomas Fala brought nothing to Unity Party. Thomas Fala is not an impact for Unity Party. The man is still saying, telling you Unity Party people, that the man, we trust the man not correct. The man said, Thomas Fala, no. The only thing that we know you for, you caused deaths in Lofa County. But you did nothing. CDC was in power. Unity Party was in opposition. CDC won elections on their own. You did nothing significantly. The only thing that they know you for is the deaths that went on in Lofa. The man said, you brought nothing to us. We are the one who giving you something. We are the one who maintaining, who protecting you. We are the one who giving you that essence and substance and life to be talking state. Listen to Women Pay again. 23 para is the reason why some people die, some Liberian citizens die in Lofa, in a very fire. You hear it? He said Thomas Fala is the reason why people die in Lofa. The reason why people die. I said, nothing you brought to Unity Party. If you ever brought something to Unity Party, bad news. So with that kind of thing, death news, how people die in Lofa because of your way of how you went about it. We should trust you in our party. We should turn to you. We should entrust you. What kind of risks will be taken? 23 para is the reason why some people die, some Liberian citizens die in Lofa, in a very fire. What is he bringing to the table? I don't see what he's bringing. He is only benefiting from us. And let's be realistic. This is only benefiting from us, what he's bringing. He is only benefiting from us into the table. I don't see what he's bringing. He is only benefiting from us to the table. I don't see what he's bringing. He is only benefiting from us. What is he bringing to the table? I don't see what he's bringing. He is only benefiting from us. What is he bringing to the table? I don't see what he's bringing. He is only benefiting from us. And let's be realistic. This is with all due respect to him. He is only benefiting from us. He hasn't offered anything to us. He's not offering anything. He needs us, but it's being presented as if we are desperate and we need him more than he does. So he said Nimbo. That Nimbo stuff, TVAP plan is to replace Unity Party. He said that institution was set up by Thomas Fowler and Vice President Jeremiah Cohn to replace Unity Party, to take Unity Party out. Now, listen. Yeah, listen to what the man said. Tell me now, when we sit here, we're talking, you Unity Party people that you are talking to, when we're talking, and your thing that we're just talking because we're against you or we're in opposition or we hate, you people should know that we read political signs, the indicators, the signs. Have we not been talking long before this man went on the air yesterday that if Vice President Jeremiah Cohn becomes the president, forget it. Unity Party people suffer. They're done. They finish. The man said the same thing yesterday. What did the man say? The man said when Jeremiah Cohn becomes president, all Unity Party officials, everybody will go into exile. What that means in political reasoning, that they will not have no space, they will not have no place in that government, they will be chased out. And that is why they are fighting hard to keep Bouakai on and to give no space to Vice President Jeremiah Cohn. In that interview, he blamed Jeremiah Cohn for removing him from the Ministry of Mines and Energy, and that his family life and his safety is of concern. Have a listen. They want to replace Unity Party. They think we don't know that? They are fighting hard to replace Unity Party. They know that. They're targeting all the potential people in Unity Party and fighting them, thinking that that will give them the advantage. That is the strategy. That strategy will not work. It will not work. It will not work. They will not succeed. They will not replace Unity Party. Let them try hard. They can look for all the money. And I have been in politics since 2005 in this country. I know that money does not win elections. Money does not win. It can help you, but it will not win elections. I don't care what you do. You can party, you can keep it, you can put it in warehouses or whatever, you can loot it, however way you want to do it, it cannot help. Liberians are not foolish people. What kind of nonsense is that? Then let's go now to his removal. Stanton asked him, why were you removed as Minister of Mines by the president? And he put that squarely at the feet of Vice President Jeremiah Cohn. And he said one of the reasons for that, if not the only reason, the vice president got better with him. Why his wife, who teaches at the University of Liberia, when the academic fraud came out, she did not overturn or manipulate the process or the investigation to keep door on, meaning to cover up door, how they call, what the first name? Door academic fraud. Imagine Unity Party. And let me say this before I go forward. I should laugh first. Let me laugh with the word. You guys, you see, listen. When we told you people Unity Party in opposition was destructive, was evil, was satanic, people said, oh, You're just talking because you're in opposition. We'll talk because we see it. Here is the comparison. When Jefferson Koji, when it was announced that Jefferson Koji, mayor of the city of Monrovia, was leaving the university, what did the United Party people say in opposition then? That the University of Liberia was fraud. There were fraudsters in the university, people in the system who were manipulating George Weah, manipulated, influenced the instructors there so that he became a graduate. The man did not know anything. The man did not graduate with any good grade. They fake everything over there. Those guys, Unity Party people in opposition, they hung on Jefferson Koji. They said all kinds of things. Now, please go back to Jefferson Koji graduation statement, his post-graduation statement. If you listen to it good, you see along the way, he almost cried. One of the things, Unity Party, they turned to George Weah, they turned to the guys, the instructors at the University of Liberia, the professors, the TAs, they condemned them. The people devalued the university and said people were just going there, graduate. Jefferson Koji, he knew nothing. He could not make any, all kinds of stuff. They had the Mayor Costa too saying all kinds of things about the Peking. The people who, the cleanest people on earth, the most righteous people, that then to cover up, they dismissed. The man said one of the reasons why he was removed as Minister of Mines because his wife, Wema Pay, said his wife teaches at the University of Liberia. And the wife was part of that investigation. So he said that the vice president expected him through his wife to manipulate so that door will stay on. That the people who say no business as usual, that the people who say the honest in everything, the people who say the ethical. Can you imagine Vice President called Wema Pay? According to Wema Pay, the man said he was in Tanzania. That conference that President Bouaka went to and his voice was streaming, the lady got to cut him on and say, Mr. President, so we're running out of time. We have to cut you off. The man said you were in that NEJ conference when the vice president called him about overturning, influencing his wife to manipulate the investigation so that it will be presented like Joe did nothing and he should flow along and get his graduation thing. Let's have a listen.
From right after the president had appointed me and I went through all the formalities and then we were working in the Ministry of Mines and Energy, I tell you, not a single week passed without Wema Pay being confronted with an issue. I was fought every single week of those 17 months that I stayed in that ministry. But my upbringing, my training is such that I needed to prove to the president that, look, in as much as you took the risk against all the pressures and you send me here means you have confidence in me, I am going to work to make sure that you see the result of what I'm capable of. I'm telling you, I just told you that the vice president of the Republic of Liberia did not want Wema Pay in the Ministry of Mines and Energy. Then you say opposition? That's why I had to narrate the story the way I did. Because if I just came and said, this person didn't want me in that ministry without explaining the circumstances for the listening audience and you yourself to be able to analyze it and make a sense of it, it will be unfair to those people whose names I'm calling. Lately, very recently, and this one I will not call the names, the vice president, as far as I know, and from what I have been hearing and what credible people have said to me, believes very strongly. And he just confided to some top people. You know, this is a small society, very small country. Even the devil has his followers. Even the devil has his followers. I may be talking to you or talking about you somewhere thinking that you will not hear it, but other people will be hearing it. The vice president believes very strongly that I will not pay. I am not in his line of thinking for his ambition for 2029. I am a Gaffon man.
You hear? He all telling you? You hear? The man said that he women pay. He women pay said. He women pay said the vice president said that he's not in line with his thinking for 2029. Meaning he, Vice President Jeremiah Kun, wants to be president 2029. And he women pay. It's not thinking in that same direction with him. That he sees him as a Gafuan man, meaning he is a disciple of Gafuan. He supports Gafuan and does not support him as vice president who wants to be president 2029. Yes, they will come from the man Omar.
Lately, very recently, and this one I will not call the names, the vice president, as far as I know, and from what I have been hearing and what credible people have said to me, believes very strongly, and he just confided to some top people. You know, this is a small society, very small country. Even the devil has his followers. Even the devil has his followers. I may be talking to you or talking about you somewhere thinking that you will not hear it, but other people will be hearing it. The vice president believes very strongly that I will not pay. I am not in his line of thinking for his ambition for 2029. I'm a Gafuan man because while Gafuan and I went to school together, we have a plan to work together for 2029. I mean, I'm telling you these things so you know that. And it has come to me. And the second point is this. My wife is a lecturer, full-time lecturer in the University of Liberia in the Department of Public Administration. The University of Liberia handled a scandal, an academic scandal involving Dor Cooper. My wife was secretary to that committee that investigated it at the university, the committee that was instructed by the university to probe into that. My wife was the secretary. This day we are in Dar es Salaam with the president attending the Africa Energy Summit, Heads of State Energy Summit last year in January. Vice President calls me to tell me that, oh, Wilmot, this Dor Cooper issue about the university, I understand your wife is involved, is behind it. Dor is our man. I said, no, Mr. Vice President, leave that issue. If there's any, I've been seeing that on social media. I thought it was AR. But if Dor was involved, then the best you can do, just talk to Dor. Let him either back out of it or resign and all that. I say, because all of us are on an obligation. And my wife and I don't discuss, I don't influence my wife to do the wrong thing. Likewise, she doesn't do it to me. We discuss, we advise each other. I'm bringing this point up because this is one of the reasons that I was removed. A number of women know that. And my wife is just like me. We are related. Same thinking, same attitude, same principle-mindedness. And that's why we grew up together. That's how God has positioned us to be. And we don't apologize for that. So my wife stood. And then at the end of the day, they decided to fight me. And I'm saying this thing. The reason I'm saying this thing is because we're talking about somebody who is vice president of the Republic of Liberia, who by any instance, anything can happen, he can become president of the Republic of Liberia. So what do you think will happen to my family? For God's sake, we are Liberian. For God's sake, we have contributed. We owe it to our consciences. And we're contributing. And we are not just contributing in the public service and all of that, even in our own little ways at different levels. Yes, I'm from Nimba, but I'm a Liberian. And that is more important. So you see, this is the battle, the 2029 battle, unfortunately. And that is my disappointment, that while we campaign, promising hope for our people with a president who is and I like to say this all the time. I like to say this. I can vouch for President Boakai.
Now, against that backdrop, he said that he's worried about his life, about the life of his family, given the way the vice president had been responding to him, that the vice president is against him because he did not instruct his wife to manipulate the investigation to clear Doe Cooper so that he would stay as a university graduate. Have a listen.
I am not here, I'm not against the vice president, but I am worried about his attitude towards me and my family. That is very important. That is very, very important because we play our roles. Go to the Ministry of Mines and Energy, go to the University of Liberia. So how come people will be persecuted or will be pursued for demonstrating the ability to be able to serve their country properly as a danger, a potential obstacle, or whatever, rival or baby, whatever? He sees me as a problem. He sees my family as a problem. That's what I say. I'm saying it with confidence. And this is not something, it's just coincidental that you invited me to come to your show. I was going to say anyway, anywhere, even in Nimba. Nimba is a great county, very productive county. Nimbayans, as a citizen of Nimba, somebody from Nimba, I'm one person who will be excited to see president come from Nimba County, like any other person. Because in order for you to be a nationalist, you ought to first have been a regionalist. This is what he told me. Wilmot, Doe is our man. This university issue here, I understand it's your wife that is behind it, which was not true because my wife was just secretary to the committee, a committee appointed by the university to investigate a scandal. And the vice president had the audacity to talk to me on that. I tried to talk him out of it. He didn't stop there. He tried to pressurize in different forms. But at the end of the day, while I was in Tanzania, I called my wife. In fact, she called me. She said, what is happening? And what interest does it? So I told her, I said, but have you people completed your work? She said, yes. I said, have you people submitted the report to the University of Liberia? I said, yeah. I said, but then you take your copy and keep it. In case of anything they want to do, then go to the university to do that. And I'm saying this thing, I actually have planned to say this in Nimba County to our Nimba people, because all of us are from there. My wife is also from there. I have planned to say it there. He said to me, and I just said it, I would not want to add words to what he said to me. Wilmot Doe is our man. This university issue, I understand your wife is the one behind the Doe issue. And I said, no, my wife is only doing her professional, playing her professional role. She's a member of the committee. And so nothing else she can do.
Okay. So you see now, you're the comparison I wanted to make. You see how disgraceful it is. A vice president attempted arm twisting. Attempted to influence the investigation. Initiate a cover-up. A man who did not obtain a university degree, that it should be portrayed that he obtained a university degree. These same people, Unity Party people, they had a lot to say against Jefferson Koji. Today, Jefferson Koji proved them wrong. That every grade at the University of Liberia, he earned it. He merited it. He studied for it. If he did not study, if he did not burn the midnight candle, if he bought grades from the University of Liberia, he wouldn't have come out of one of the prestigious universities in Israel. Israel is not a place, not even the high schools, least to talk about university, that you go there and play Brabritin and Henke Penketin and Leduya. If Jefferson Koji bought grades, he did not earn anything as Unity Party people portray it. That's why you see when Jefferson Koji, when it was announced and the graduate went on, I look at them and laugh. Some of the people that say all manner of things against him, see them, they say they congratulating him. Congratulations, Jeff. Jeff, you brought proud to your country. I just look at them on social media and say, you see hypocrisy to the core. You see? Yeah, the man, their own man, dog copper. The government, United Party government, try covering dog copper, pressurizing the boy at the university to portray it like the man graduated, that the man earned. You see that? When you have devilish heart, when you have evil heart, diabolic heart, when you just put other people in your mind and just say all kinds of things against them, it's just a matter of time before God exposes you. So you see, what a shame, what a disgrace. Can you imagine Unity Party? Unity Party pressurizing the university to allow dog copper. They want portray it like dog copper. You actually earned the degree. He should go. When the man, nothing whatsoever, nothing, everything about the man, ego. Hello. But I see you, man. God has a way of vindicating people innocent with time. And God has a way of exposing the devil heart. That's what you see, so. I see you. So, let's go. Let's go. Let's read a few comments. Then we'll go to the line, from the line, and then we're done for the day. Lady F 7219 said, amen. Are Liberians and journalists really falling for UP distraction from the 19.2 million drug? No, nobody. No. That issue is on. It's on. In fact, it has gone to a level now that the people are suspecting, the very investigator, they're still leaking out things. It's not because we talk about it today. No, we thought to just deal with this one. Don't worry. That thing there, they will see the end of it. The end. We'll see the end. Just leave it. Who told you? That they ain't going down anytime soon. The BB names they're coming. Joseph Weird said it's the same VP Kuhn who is behind Samuel Tuer case to see him go to jail. VP Kuhn is very wicked. Stephen Yakade writes, the president is not in charge because he was used by the vice president to remove the former minister of mines. Patrick Young, Thomas Fowler, if I were you, I would just eat all because tomorrow will not be in your favor. Stephen Yakade, Thomas Fowler will be former lawmaker come 2029. Yeah, there'll be a surprise for most of the people. Royal Always Viral said, those cooking paradise and diabolical liars want us to think stupid, but not. Civil servants are going 2 months, no salary. At the end, they will not pay again. It is because the cocaine didn't go. Emmanuel Bro writes, I sincerely believe that former Finance and Development Planning Minister Samuel Tuer has taken the right stand by notifying the international community of Liberia's so-called rescue government is intentionally targeting him for imprisonment. Well done, Samuel Tuer. No, Crispin down. No, in Pazo, the birthday on July 1, next week, Tuesday. next week. So you do all the packaging and just send it. And, you know. And Paris Lobot said, you continue to expose their lies throughout. 2029 is coming. Emmanuel Bro writes again, say Unity Party government officials can lie a lot, most especially about the road from Morovia to Grand Juda County. Thanks so much to former Public Works Minister Ruth Coker Collins for the clarification. All right. So we can now go to the line 0772 23 99 33 0886 30 44 97. The women's line 0777 98 03 75. Hello.
Yeah, good afternoon.
Good afternoon, sir.
Yeah, my name is Maurice Pastor calling from Funko. Hello?
Maurice Pastor, we're waiting to hear you.
Okay, thank you for the discussion the afternoon, Mr. Singh. No, you know, Mr. Singh, something has been happening in the country, but we don't be hearing it. But thank God for your organic CEO, CEO. For your ear is one and a half. Thank God for your addressing all everything to tell us something happy. You're going to be happy, but our guidance reach only guidance reaching the town. Couldn't hear in the town here. How you wasn't back and play? You do the one. Then look at the one that let me explain and all center was you. You know, a shot about it. The boy, so imagine the body boy, Mr. Singh, so go in your brother, your mother, you know, the body, out of the memo. You want to talk to the boy, laugh. That means you know what I said, the agent, so you're showing where line said, again, hear me. Oh, see what Mr. Singh. Okay, and Mr. Singh, I want to ask you a question. When you're the capital, in one more pass away there.
Well, I was in a Capitol building.
No, I said Capital FM.
Yeah, but Molly passed away. He's dead. You have not seen the information?
Yes, my uncle. I want to tell you something, but I call it. Oh God, I get a person on the motor call you.
No, I'm aware. Molly passed away. I'm aware. Yeah, the funeral arrangement announcement is out. Let's go to the women's line. You went off. Back to the men's line. Hello. Men's line. If you can say, then we'll go to the women. Hello. Yeah. All right, madam. Hello.
Thank you very much. Good afternoon, Mr. Andrews.
Good afternoon.
Thank you, Mr. Andrews. I'm Spencer Mohammed, and I call from Down Coast Spoon Hill, Western community, and a member of concern like Dwayne for Justice. Look, Mr. Andrews, thank you very much for your analysis this afternoon. Look, Mr. Andrews, in my mind, we must be just validated all of our assertions about this government. The gross ineptitude and gross incompetence of this government was exposed last night by an insider of this government. All the guys who are parading around here, making noise around here, which one of them fought equivalent to women pay over the years for Unity Party? And women pay, Evie, it came a certain time he was referred to as an interpreting agon because he disagreed with Mother Ellen Joyce Sirleaf and left his job. He resigned when he was given a position as Minister of Commerce. So for this man to come out and speak before in manner in which he spoke last night, clearly indicate that this government have failed and they just validated all of our assertion about this guy. And the most scary part, it was a revelation about the license that was given to the money company to mine at the border that brought this stampede at the border. This clearly tell you that these guys, they only came here to loot. And he even went further by even talking about the drugs. He said, all the guys around the president, they are only there for money. Meaning, the president is not in charge. These guys are making business out of our country and milking our business. So therefore, 2029, which was all governors, our forces, to evict the guys from power so they can do more harm to us, then good. Thank you very much for putting us the opportunity to contribute to national issue. Thank you very much.
Right. Let's go to the women's line. Let's try. Hello. Hello.
Partner.
Yeah. What's up?
How you doing?
I'm great. What?
I beg a more.
Oh, the guy that on the road. Oh, yeah. You mentioned all the cars hitching in a quota.
In a quota. They said you better night than you better I can go. And I can go about for no. I said, you will that book or the who are there you go. So the issue, my brother, no. If our money cut down with a CFA, I will go sit in my living room or in my prospect to begin to start thinking the way I portray myself, the way I carry myself. I will start thinking, what would they say for time to time in a 2 year, 3 year, will be saying about FIFA? Our brother very dated it. We that made our own spoon last night. Except FIFA, and people know they call Boaka, he knowledge. The old man is old, nothing he can take, he's full of forget. He buys to FIFA because he fool the old man. Because the money to talk, we are starting all of the having around. You want to be prosecuted, like what you want on Boaka and say, oh, I'm only Boaka. But if you are around, some of them are very smart. Some of them are very smart, they know what they offer. You cannot say you will offer it, you will offer it, and you not pass it for Nimo to support President Boaka for the election. It made no sense. Here, that man called cool. They are all just going out on Boaka. They came in and it's a play. But here, FIFA, and here, that one all man. In the 2 days, I see no story to airport. Declare intention that you want to go president and now one president now. It's all the point in America. When you say we are like Jacob Pelosi, I think said I war and I go because president now it's material. So if I were he was because when I put the disgrace a bad thing now, it's a disgrace for him. So the lower and only was tonight and next person in between the start about his behavior. If I want him. The point knows it's a black thing in the black grass or green grass. He's not there for them. He's not there for it. Who self-interest? What therefore? This is putting Boaka. People down for in Luba County today. That be brought to justice. And you see the people after you go and now. That is the very point in that. See what they for that time. See the resources behind you.
All right.
Yeah, then what did it? I'm trying to pull the rope over the bottom, the port tire. You don't go back there. Thank you.
All right, G-Spanner, have a nice day. Let's go this way. Hello?
Thank you. Stan, how you doing?
I'm good, as always. And you?
Yeah, we great, man. You know, when we hear the kind of news, we just forget to eat our dry, you know. And glory be to God and thanks to you guys for being around. And, you know, this is Esmo Car. I remain the visual impaired that they're pushing for the return of President Weah, the prime more concerned Liberians for justice. You know, the last time, when Tama Fada was organizing this program, he has the guys going from one radio station to another, and we told them that this program is going to cause confusion in Unity Party. Unity Party can, and Tamo Farah was going to be the victim. And before the program, listening to the International Affairs Minister, Dorkiat, we're not here for Dorkiat politics, Varna to be part of the program, that suggests that seriously, the president was advised not to attend that program. But because they wanted to save face and not to allow the opposition to capitalize, they stay away from the program, he attended. After the program, what are we seeing here? We told Farah. But in your explanation, you clear some doubt for me. Because the problem I will have here, I say, well, these guys are in confusion. This executive clause, Jeremiah can't benefit the executive clause according to the Constitution. So what's going to happen here for Gafan to really come in the picture? But you need me to understand that the guys can do the thing this way. If Baka feel that he can go, he stay aside as Senate Bearer again, the Senate Bearer shit to Gafan. Then Gafan is placed on the party ticket. The Constitution goes too far.
Yeah.
Are you see the game here?
That's one of the strategies they have in place.
Really? So you see that? You read me as president, you read me as vice president, but I'm sending my son now as the Senate Bearer because I will not be able to continue. What happened to Jerry and Bishop? The Bishop is Rome. So there is a fight. And that guy didn't go on the radio last as the former minister. He was being seen that he said he don't have the money, but he's going to go all up, making sure that the right thing is done. Because of the revelation he brought, we said to Tamo Farah, we are aware that the only reason why you are around this government is because you want to protect that which you got from the Liberian people. That you call yourself rich man today. Okay? And he validated that. He said, what did you bring to us? You didn't bring nothing to us. He is benefiting from us because we are protecting him. He's going to be one of those that's going to be persecuted. We say, we hail him for that. The Tamo Farah is in a hard water, and we don't know how you're going to find a way out of this, but we will continue to flare these issues as they bring them out. Confusion is the Unity Party, and there is a lot of uncertainty, and they are fighting among themselves. Kudos to all of us. Thank you.
All right, Mr. Carr, have a nice day. Hello.
Yeah. Hello?
Hello.
Yes,
I'm good, though.
Yeah, thank you very much for the show. My name is Abraham Jemaya. I come from Crystal Police. Member of Concern that pray for justice. Yeah, I want to tell you the lying over there. Is it lying that it was so far the cause for the death of the Mamumu? Because to campaigning, once campaign is open, is every candidate right to campaign. So far did not commit any crime to campaign in Lupa, and the cruelty and wickedness that made it to kill the Mamumu the way to kill him. So that's a blatant lie. And these are the things I want to say. When you're not smart, you can't do the last thing that's true. Then not because some of our go against the citizens, so you allow it. Then we the citizens look, yeah, that's true. No, that's not true. Some of our campaigning and come on, why the campaign of us? So that does not get you right to kill him. Then there is the police, you even went after him and kill him. When you want to say that you want to kill him.
All right, Chief.
Because some of our one election in that local country.
All right, sir.
Blatant lie, lie, people.
All right, Chief. Thank you. Let's go. The one is live. Hello.
Yeah, good afternoon, Sanju.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's Bar calling from Johnson City. Concern Librarian for Justice.
Let's hear you.
No, Sanju. Well, we've been talking all a year that the old man will not be the old man in charge. I let Ganser that you from Morocco that they won't in charge. They join a car and who will old man to loot. They can rescue Liberian people. We've been talking for years upon years. Today, last night, we must pay validate our argument. He said the people that will prepare they have jack the power from us. We were scored from the swamp to the ghetto. So with our burden, we get our message. Today, the people that are in charge, they have jack power. They make, we were suffer for the party today. They push us aside. And because I'm not talking, I'm not in comment. But let me tell you, what's going on? The party not in charge. They messed up last night. I said, oh, God, thank you. We are listening, and the whole world was listening to Small FM last night. Let me tell you, the people will talk more. They will talk more. As how Johnson confessing, and we must play and sing it. Let me tell you, my brother, it's 2029, Liberian. Will I take them? They are still going to the pool, and we will cancel them for in power. 200 people not in charge, mayor be up your pretty. We will suffer. Now the mayor will be in charge. In a week, I will put in there. So they are shit. They're not able to open their mouth when they see a committed the back. So when they even hungry, but they're able to talk today. The hungry can see on their face.
All right.
But I tell what the president we are. What say your say Walker is a better choice. Yeah, the power here today. The library are seeing it for themselves.
Okay, madam.
Thank God for president we are. Thank you very much.
Hello.
Good evening, good afternoon.
Yes, sir.
All right, so my name is Cedric Gulo Howard. I call from the rehab there. Let me say I'm disappointed in Honorable Wilmot Pate, the way he proceeded last night. You know, this should not be the reason for which Honorable Wilmot Pate was dismissed from his job. It was administrative bonus that he did. Does that mean the vice president had authority over the president? If Wilmot Pate was proceeding well as Minister of Lands and Mines, they would dismiss him? He's lying. I'm disappointed in him. He's frustrated. That's why he's speaking all that thing on radio. But he's lying, Superman. Thank you for having me.
All right, sir. Have a nice day. Hello.
Hello, sir.
Yeah.
Yeah, good evening, brother.
Fine.
Happy birthday to your fam country of
Thank you.
Almighty God bless you. Thank you, the Lord, the mother and the father. To the top, I listened to the former Land Minister and the former Secretary General of the Unity Party. He's taking the place we are from the president of former President George Mani, we are resident. The first thing the people were clear last night when you're leaning on years or 17 months serving in Joseph Nimabaka government. You see women who go on front line to work to bring Unity Party government. They are three. They see where we get Jefferson Kochi and Aaron Wiesel. They are faced for CDC the how they were looking. The women pay, they got from LPRC. These are full line and Gafuan. I think my Unity Party culture. They said Baka were coming for 1 year, we were after 6 years, 1 term. And after that 6 years, Gafuan is to replace on the Unity Party ticket as stand-up bearer. Do you know now the Unity Party? The stand-up bearer for Prince Johnson Party, who is Jeremiah Franklin, and the stand-up bearer for the Liberty Party is in the in the Senate. But you can know it's very, very big. But come on, they were furnaces. Because the 14 on the team, the Carabao player that Baka Kingway, Canton the 23 when he replaced President we are, all of them have been leaving job. And they were fired by the president. Why is very pastor today? Hey, CJ, he was jailed by the Chief Justice. Why is Amakona today? Why is Yaka Koruba today? These are Carabao of 4 players that fought President we are 3 years. I mean 6 years. 6 years. Because President we are the shortest president in the time serving 2 years since more COVID-19. They banned 2 years and you said 1 year went to campaign. But unfortunately, they want to play to school last time. Even though I never stand up because watching Kuroshagi. But when I got on her people that won't pay, I felt tears. And that's what happened to all our leader was CDC then. We were too friendly. Our leader now was friendly because they see some of these guys and they are now in charge of the university of every college. CDC, our minister get too more credence to them. But I listen to my day.
All right,
the last time they talk to now will not take too much friendship into the government. So I pray that CDC is in Grand Junior Country, having some rally program come Saturday. Bravo to the Coalition Democratic and bravo to the vice president whosoever will be there with the account Saturday, the president of the Republic of Liberia, His Excellency, former President John. We are the political stand-up bearer will be having an online speech on that day. So we can hold together, we remain together, and all of your bravo to your case 7 and 8.5. Thank you for the topic of discussion.
Thank you too. Have a nice day. So the vice president said he cannot respond to a charge of Nimba County referring to Wilmot Pate as a child. Yes, he said he cannot respond to Wilmot Pate as a child of Nimba County. And that means the position or the interview granted or what was said about the vice president, it actually touched him. It touched the vice president. At one point, the man said he's afraid. The vice president has to change his attitude. He's worried about himself, about his family. That sends a different signal. What is he saying of the vice president? That's what he said. He's worried about his life, his family's life. The vice president has to change his attitude. So it's something he's saying. It's just beyond the interview, but every aspect of that interview touched the vice president. And there was this issue, this concern raised about the port manager giving substantial amounts of money for license and to do a given business, all kinds of things happening. Honestly, President Boakai is the president, but he does not have full control over these guys. People been talking about reshuffle. Why Unity Party? Why President Boakai should do reshuffle? President Boakai should not do reshuffle. He should not. Everything is okay. He's satisfied with his people he has in place. He should just continue having cabinet meetings. Why he wants to do shuffle, why people are opting for cabinet reshuffle. Yesterday, they said it didn't make sense. They said was not capable. He didn't have control of the government, so he was just every now and then reshuffle, taking this person from this place, taking that person, not realizing that every characteristics from one political party to another in Liberia, because that's the culture. There is nothing United Party is doing that other political parties did not do. The same pattern, the same trend. It's because our culture calls for that. Our culture is conservative. It calls for that. It's not an open culture politically. It is a template political culture. The same thing the past government did, this government doing it. After this government, the next government will follow the same pattern. So the president is not in charge, but he's the president. All of the guys, they're doing what they want to do. The guys are getting rich by the day. They relax in the hustle. They won't know how far they concern mission accomplished. CDC, are we there? Our time to rig. As we rigging, we gave those small ones then reason to be making noise. So they make the noise, we collect. Joey are not coming back. Joey will never come back. Unity Party will stay in power for 200 years. And on and on. Why the guys are leaking? You'll be screaming and shouting that you people in power now, you Unity Party people, you should not be complaining of suffering. You should not complain of hardship. That your government there now. Yesterday, you people were saying, oh, the country is hard. Sedition should not talk because of the government. And you were right then. So sedition is now telling you today. And you tell Unity Party people when they complain, you tell them, say, no, don't complain that your government. Everything correct. That your government. You Unity Party partisan. Yesterday, they said CDC officials were not reaching out to their supporters. Today, Unity Party officials not reaching out to their supporters. Yesterday, they said CDC officials had their windshield up, the glass tinted. Today, Unity Party officials not using white windshield. They seen dark windshield. They passing, they see you on the road. They know some of you, but they pass. Because you're not on the same level again. So you don't complain. You live with it. All right, so we go home. We go home. The celebration is ongoing. The momentum is great in Grand Juda County. Things are on course, and it's going to get very, very spicy and entertaining from tomorrow, Thursday to Friday, and then Saturday, the end of it. So in the next few minutes, let's go to our caption. George Weah returns to the presidency 2029. Under that caption, just this acknowledgement. We need it going into 2029. We spoke about it before. Though Unity Party wants division, but the opposition community will do everything to hold together. The names that are headed, names that are strong, politically grounded. Many felt the departure of Thomas Fowler and Sir Joseph, they say it weakens CDC. CDC got men, strategists. It is only Unity Party pettiness in terms of reasoning will take glory into Thomas Fowler and Sir Joseph departure. They are empty. They are empty box for you people. They are empty boxes for you people. That's what Woman Page said. Sir Joseph, not Sir Joseph Otifa, brought nothing to Unity Party. He benefiting from Unity Party. So their departure, many of you Unity Party people, you who make noise all over the place, and weaken CDC. CDC has great men. All the opposition needs to do is hold together what is referred to as opposition unity, opposition cohesion. That all you need. And it's great that they are holding together. They have common understanding. And if not all, majority of them will be in Grenjide on Saturday. Great. Let's have a listen.
Friday, Congress for Democratic Change, CDC, celebrates its 22nd anniversary and militant month from June 23rd to the 27th in Grenjide County. Grenjide 2026, here we come. The 22nd anniversary under the theme, Swedru Rises. 2029 victory is our final destination. It's not just a celebration. It is a declaration that the CDC remains alive, organized, and preparing for the battle ahead. Militant Month represents political education, organizational discipline, revolutionary culture, grassroots mobilization, and preparing partisans mentally and structurally for the coming democratic struggle. Calendar of events for the celebration are as follows. On Tuesday, June 23rd, will be a quiz competition and academic Meet the Challenge program. Then on Wednesday and Thursday, June 24th and 25th, will be a grand football and kickball tournament featuring teams from Monrovia and southeastern Liberia to be climaxed on Friday, June 26th in a grand final with big trophies and awards to win, to be followed by a bonfire when seditions gather around the fire hearth to discuss the way forward in an all-night celebration. The 22nd anniversary celebration will climax on Saturday, June 27th with a grand parade beginning at 12 noon in the principal streets of Swedru City, followed by a mass political gathering from 3 p.m. to 7 p.m. with speeches by party stewards and other distinguished personalities, including Her Excellency Joe Howard Taylor, former Vice President of the Republic of Liberia and political leader of the National Patriotic Party, the NPP, Ambassador D. Maxwell Sakimaya Sr., Senior Advisor and Chief Special Envoy, and former Minister of Foreign Affairs and Dean of the Cabinet of the Republic of Liberia. Others are Honorable Thomas Yaya Nimle, Senator, Grand Jide County, Honorable Marshall Dennis, former Senator, Grand Jide County, Attorney Janga Augustus Kowo, Chairman, Mighty Congress for Democratic Change, Honorable Simeon Freeman, Political Leader, Movement for Progressive Change MPC, and Honorable Musa H. Bilede, Political Leader, Citizens Movement for Change. Other distinguished personalities to grace the occasion include Senator Albert Chia of Grand Crew County, the political leader of the Alternative National Congress, Honorable Alexander Benedict Cummings, Ambassador Isaac Nyinabo, former Senator of Grand Jide County, Samson Williams Boso, Chairman, Grand Jide Chapter, CDC 22nd Anniversary and Militant Month Celebration, and Honorable Blair Bo Brown, Senator, Maryland County, and Chairman of CDC 22nd Anniversary and Militant Month Celebration. The CDC 22nd Anniversary Celebrations and Militant Month will be spiced up by some of Liberia's finest performing artists, to include the undisputable hip-hop king Takun J, the great Basi Mokopala, and the sensational Christoph Touching. It's 22 years of political resilience, revolutionary struggle, and consistency. Celebrating the 22nd anniversary of the Mighty Congress for Democratic Change CDC from June 23rd to the 27th in Zwedru, Grand Jide County. Grand Jide 2026. Here we come.
Unity wins everything for you. If unity doesn't do that, God wouldn't have said this: a house divided against itself falls, meaning a house should always be united. And with a united opposition, there is the foregone conclusion of the ousting of Unity Party. It's good. Let's keep that on. These opposition political leaders at one place in Grand Jide. These are but few names you have heard. There are others. The place is going to be Jen Pack, Cummings, Simeon Freeman, Bility, all of those people going to be there. It shows a strong and united opposition. That's what is needed. And that's what the government don't want, because a united opposition is a formidable opposition. A united opposition is an aggressive opposition. A united opposition is a political heavyweight opposition, and no government wants a united opposition. Every sitting government wants a disjointed opposition. That way, they are in a good position to win. A united opposition, they are afraid, and there's every likelihood that the government will be defeated. They know that very well. That's why they're going all around. Their party chairman making scary statements all over the place. At this point in time, he's still talking about Unity Party winning 2029, Unity Party we win first round. They who say whole day we're talking about 2029, they are afraid of 2029. We are talking, they are making scare statements. Those statements are what we call scare statements. The party chairman just going around, just making scare statements. Yesterday, they say Molba Molu was not qualified. So he could not work in any key positions. He could not take any government job. Yet the party chairman who is overqualified, he's sitting down as party chairman. He should be in one of the top government positions. Why he's not in one of the top ministries? They say Molba Molu was not qualified. So why Joe could not appoint him? Why Joe can't appoint the man party chairman? He's just sitting down to party. The same way, yeah, the same thing you have a party chairman, he overqualified. But they resign him. So they manage a party chairman. He's just there talking all over the place, talking all over. He sat down a party chairman. They stole $2 million plus. They announced it to construct party headquarters, only for the international community to tell them, you got to show where you take that money from. That was led their party headquarters. They stop everything. You see anything happening over there? They're waiting and finding ways how to go about doing it, because everybody knows, the international community know that the country money they took to buy that place. Now, how to go about completing everything to start constructing. They thought that by saying George Weah was in power, him be party headquarters, for them, they are in power. They know that that government money, that country money, that now they come to their senses. The party chairman sat down there. The man who said no all, he used them. For the president power, forget it. I see you. So you want to join us at 6:50, Isiaka Sharif, not Isiaka Sharif, but Josephine Pello Johnson is in at 6:50 with CDC Hour, all things CDC, with the celebration on in Grand Juda County. There are a lot more to know and a lot of revelations that Josephine Pello Johnson got for you. You want to join her at 6:50 this evening for CDC Hour. And then you know exactly the night, the doctor of the land, the man of the hour, the teacher of the nation, the light of the country, the evangelist Anthony at Law A.B. William with Face the Issues. That will be at 8 o'clock. If God permits, we're back tomorrow. We are counting the dates, July 1. So it's next week, Wednesday. Thank you all.
From the latest news to your favorite tunes, we've got your back morning, night, and afternoon. Join our family